This is my trigger system.
That makes me happy. I know these traps work.
We're having success.
Oh!
I don't want to get bit.
Unbelievable.
How do you like them apples?
Hi, I'm Greg Ovens, and this is Ovens Rocky Mountain Bushcraft.
There we go. Oh.
Not only am I going to try to set the hook with a set line, I'm going to try to pull the fish onto the ice and even attempt to get it into a frying pan.
We're there. I ended up not camping out up at the lake to try my trap because it's going to need some fine tuning. The trigger is going to hook the fish a fraction of a second before it pulls the wedges. I got to tie another line onto this to the fish. Oh, threw the fish way over in the bush. It threw the fish way over there, but I guess he decided to eat pine cones. So I can see already that this trap is going to work. But I have to build a ramp. I can see that. And the other thing I'm going to have to do is stop this log from rolling too far. It just keeps rolling, flipping the fish, and just keeps going. See? Good thing I moved the camera. What I'm finding is I don't think I need this much of a slope. I'm going to take 3 or 4 inches off the bottom, put some braces in between, tie them on. I cut it tight, but that's good because I want it really tight. There we go. I have to attach 2 sticks here, so the fish will hit here, go up the 2 sticks into the trough. The log will pull it down the ramp and into the frying pan. Let's go slowly so I can determine. I might have to go further than I think. Oh, right into the ramp, which is what I want. I might have to just let this thing roll right onto the ice because it looks to me like it's going to have to get it where I want it. Right about there. That's about the right length. The fish is right where I want it, so that's the right length. The log has to roll right to the end. So I don't have to even tie it on. I just have to have my log here to stop it. So basically I figured out The problem is this rough bark. I'm going to have to, where the runners are, get some of this bark off because it prevents it from rolling. There he goes, but he got hooked. Oh, he's in the trough. But the log's not rolling now. Okay, so I'll just explain a couple of the changes that I made to hopefully get the fish in the frying pan this time. I decided to let the log roll past onto the lake and put this log here to stop the fish when it gets to the pan. Instead of trying to figure out the distance I need, I'm just going to stop the fish where I want it. First of all, I'm very impressed and pleased with the way it worked, but I'll tell you what the problem is, I think, is if you remember, I shortened my posts on the side so it was less aggressive, I said, and I thought that was because the first test, fish flew 10 feet in the bush, and I thought, okay, it's too aggressive. But now I'm realizing it's not aggressive enough. By raising this now, it's going to go all the way, and next time I think we're going to get that fish into the pan. Hopefully we've got everything rectified. I'll just show you. I'm going to take this stick and put it at the frying pan. If I put it like this, the log should roll over that and it should stop the fish where I want it in the frying pan. I can't see it getting through there. Now we get our hook baited up, set it, set the trigger, away we go. Holy! Didn't go in the pan. I think this trap's too fast. Unbelievable. Unreal. I'm gonna get on the crab trap now. It's gonna take quite a while, but I was gonna tell you, I rely on paracord so much. All my traps I use it for. I'm going to use it to tie this trap together. It's a pretty rough ocean right now, so probably won't get the trap out today, but it's going to take a while to build it anyway. I have pieces cut for the main frame, make the box, and then start putting the smaller ones for the railings and make the two doors, one on each end. Okay, I got my frame built. Still a lot of work to go, a lot of sticks for the sides and the doors and whatever. I reinforce it with tie wire just because I want the frame to be strong. So the rest I can probably just do with paracord or whatever. Big project. Better catch crap. So there's my frame anyways. It's all good. Door on each side, one-way door. Cover the top, sides, and bottom. And then I'll probably have to put a rock in there to sink it down, because it might want to float. But anyways, hopefully tomorrow I can get this done. It's a lot of work building a trap like this, and I hope we catch something. So I'm back working on the trap. I've got some of it done, and I'll show you. Okay, so I got the main frame. I got my floor. Now what I decided to do was use tie wire and just twist it. It's a lot easier than tying knots with the paracord. Okay, so the trap's coming along pretty well. I'll show you what I did with the bottom and the top. Okay, you see the little notch, and then the stick sits in there when I wire it. But with the sides, I can just put my stick here against the other one and wire that. And I have my door, which can only go one way. Can't come back, You can only go this way. So they push it open, but they can't push it this way. Okay, we're basically done the trap. I got one more door to put on. We bait it, get it in the water. But I did use paracord, and I'm going to on this door because I found the wire was too stiff for the doors to open. Anyways, we're ready to just bait it up, put the last door on. We're going to get it in the water. And never underestimate the power of wire. I'm sure happy I used it. So I just got to tie this rock on I've got. I'm just going to tie the rock and the bait to the rock, put her in. My battery's just about dead, so I'm just going to tie the rock and the bait on and then just show you that, because I've only got a few minutes and I didn't bring a spare battery. Of course I didn't. Why would you when you're doing a video? Oh, I'm going to tie my bait on. Got some stinky bacon. Just going to load him up. They say fish like bacon too, so. But I know the crabs will smell this. I mean, this fish is stinky. Won't take them long, hopefully, to come to the bait. Hopefully the GoPro can see that far down the water. We'll see. Okay. There's my crab trap, ready to go in the water. Door on each side. Got the GoPro. This door. Got our bait. We're gonna set her down, man. She's gonna work, but I don't know if we'll get GoPro footage. We'll see. There she goes. Well, it's going down nice and straight. See if that thing is even recording that far down. Might be pitch black, who knows. I know they're good, but everything has its limits. We're not Jacques Cousteau here. Just going down to check on the crab trap. I'm hoping. No guarantees with anything, is there? Fishing, hunting, nothing's a guarantee. You saw the bull trout video, never did get a bull trout. We got a crab, but he's on the outside of the cage. Look, he's on the outside of the cage, and the fish is gone. It's a rock crab. Is that legal?
Yeah.
It's a female.
It's a female, then no.
Okay, well, we got to put it back, but we had one on the outside, not on the inside, so we got to reset her. Where are you going? Where you going? Oh, you fight now, do you? Okay, come on. I'll take you on. Look at, or no, it's a different one. Another female.
Oh, damn.
Well, these crabs, they keep coming to the outside of the trap. I think they just haven't had time to... Oh! He bit me, and I busted his claw. Things happen. Well, I guess we got a claw out of the deal. We got one. Looks like a big one too. There we go. Nice. Ha! How do you like them apples? This video, what I want to do is duplicate the Gopher snare that I had on the 30-day challenge. And set the trail cam up, see what happens. But anyways, let's make the parts for our Gopher snare again. Springy tree. Okay, I've got Gopher hole here, but this whole field is full of them. I've caught a couple of my stakes. I'm just working on the parts, but what I'm going to do is come back just before dark to set this up, and then hopefully we can catch this on the trail cam in the morning, because I know, like, before dark they'll all be back in their dens under the ground. That'd be the best time to set this up. Oh, just came apart. I'm at my trap and it did go off. I checked the trail cam and yes, it was a gopher that set it off. I think he might have stepped on the loop and sprung the trap, and then it didn't catch him because it was just his feet touching and setting it off. So let's see what happens this time. I know this is going to work. At least we had one on the trail cam. He just went the wrong way. Okay, the other thing I'm going to do is I collected some aster flowers, and I know they like them. I've observed them before eating aster. And what I'll do is I'll just put this in front of my loop, but where he has to almost go through the loop to get at the aster flowers when he comes out. And I'm hoping this time he'll come the right way, and hopefully he'll reach through to get the aster flower and set the trap off. Okay, we caught a gopher in our snare. He's not dead, so I'm going to try to let him go because all I wanted to see is if our trap was going to work, and it did. Try not to bite me and I'll let you go. He's just a baby one, but we did catch him. I don't want to kill him for no reason. Okay, I'm going to help you, buddy. I'm going to try to help you here. I'm not in a survival situation, so I'm gonna let him go. I don't want to get bit either. I'm gonna get a glove or something. Okay, I got some wire cutters. Okay, let me cut this off. Once it gets cut, then he should be okay. There he goes. Okay, that wire will loosen off now because it's been cut. But we did catch one. Trap works. And what we're going to do is we're going to take my crab trap and catch rabbits. The opening door idea won't work. I think I need a sliding door, figure out a trigger system. That's always with any trap, fishing, set line, any system you try to trap or hunt with, it's the trigger system that is tough to figure out sometimes. Okay, so I think what I'll do is I'm going to put the trap out, throw a little bit of straw in it, and let them get used to the trap itself with the hay in it. They can go in and out tonight. So what I think I'm going to do is tie the door here, lift it up like this, and then I'll have my paracord to pull the door shut. And I got to still figure out, I'm going to probably make a ramp so when the rabbit goes to the far end of the bait, it triggers, paracord goes off, shuts the door. We'll work on that idea. Just like all my other traps, the board that the rabbit walks on, when it flips, it's going to knock the trigger off. That's the hope. And then the whole idea is the board the rabbit steps on flips this. I'll flip it up this way. Just enough wire, looks like. We're getting there. We're getting there. I think I'm better off to use a stick instead of paracord in the idea that I just showed.
carbon notch, top and bottom. That way the string and the trigger that I showed you won't wrap around stuff and the door won't even shut. Hey, when things don't work, just make something else. Okay, I went back to this type. I wasn't having any success cutting these. Didn't really work. So I'll go back to this. Bit of work to do. It'd be nice to get it set up tonight so I can try it, but see how it goes. Days are so short now, eh? I got my mechanism. I think it'll work just fine. Once I make my ramp and the rabbit goes up, and I'll have a stick in the middle so it like teeters. When he goes to the far end, he's going to knock my system off and pull the door shut. I'm just going to tie my door on with paracord and we'll test it out before I do the ramp. There, even if it hangs like that, it's fine too. I can just take a stick like this. I'll lift my door up, hook it like this, and the weight will hold it. And then when the paracord pulls, it'll just flip the stick. Okay, actually what I had to do was I cut the branch a little too short. It didn't counterbalance and hold the door open. So I just put a little weight on it. I'll show you. So I'll just put a little block at the end to hold the door. Just got to make our ramp and we can try it out. So I'm ready for a test run. Be the first time on video that I've tried it. May not work, but I'll show you the setup. I got my string tied to the door, to the trigger mechanism, my paracord. It works. Okay, so one more thing I had to do was put a stick here, because the stick I got my paracord to is pretty thin. And I don't know how strong the rabbits are, but I was worried I can't get enough pressure. I want to wind it more, so I had to brace it in the middle on both sides so that I can really wind it up good. Otherwise this might break on me. Alright, here's our ramp. My string seems to be short this time. I just have to add a bit of string on there. I think we're good to go. This is gonna work, I guarantee you. They seem to like these leaves and stuff, so I'll throw some hay in there too. But I don't want to leave stuff lying around. I want to coax them into the trap, right? Okay, so I came out this morning and my trap has gone off. I'm just gonna make a locking door because I assume that's the only way out. There's maybe not enough pressure on the door with the paracord and they probably push their way out. We're having success. They're going in, no food left in there, and make a locking door. So I'll take something like this, and then hopefully the door will come up and over this little branch and hook here, and then they won't be able to push it. That's got her. They're not getting out this time. This is where the rabbits both got out, just in between here. So I'll have to put one here, and then I think I'll go all the way around the edge with another one about this height. So they'd have to jump up and try to get out. Okay, we got the black guy. Not both of them like yesterday, but I only need one for this catch and cook anyway. I'll show you. I don't think he's getting out this time. Success, finally. I'm going to cut some saplings like this. I'm going to cut some stakes, some posts, some trigger systems, and show you my favorite set line for fishing. It sets the hook, catches the fish, everything's wet.
I'm going to have to drive the stakes quite far into the ground because we're dealing with fairly big fish. I just never underestimate the beauty of a set line trap. One pole. Now I'm going to go set this up and show you how it works. I got a brace here. This goes here and there. So you have to have the brace or it'll just pull it together. The trigger system. I need paracord. I have to have enough paracord to... Looks like it's getting all tangled here. Oh well. Figures. So I need double that at least. I tie a loop so I can get it tight around over here. And I have to allow enough height that this can swing, which it should. Around this one. Make sure this is all in. Looks good. Now, your trigger system is in the knot. Now, you wind it towards the body of water that you want to set it at. So, put this in my notch, and I wind it this way. I just keep winding it until it's nice and tight. It's getting pretty tight. That'll set the hook. My Y stick goes behind. I should have pounded this in first, to be honest, but I can probably do it. Okay, you can see the purpose of the Y stick is to keep it from going too far. So now I've got that. Last of all, this one goes in the ground here. This is my trigger system, and my fishing line gets attached to here. I've got a loop in this for my fishing line. And see, they're not going to get off. They're going to fight this constantly. But I'll set the trigger up. And there you go. Now I'm going to shorten this because it doesn't look right to me. Instead of having this long, I'll cut it about here. Like that. Okay. Now that should work better. It won't take as much to pull the trigger now. This goes like that. And this goes to the lake on your line. Fish comes along and I drop the string. Sets the hook. And you can get this more hair trigger by just adjusting it. Like I can put this on more of an angle, you see, so that it doesn't take as much. There, nothing to it. And these big fish, it won't take nothing to set this trap off. So I'll be taking this one with me and making one more to set at the lake tomorrow. That should be good. They won't pull it out of the ground, but I'm still going to brace it, I think. Wind it to the lake, towards the lake. That's probably enough. Now, I doubt I can drive my Y stick in there. But I don't always have to use a Y stick, okay? I mean, it's a nice thing to use, but I can also just block this with a rock. See, there we go. Oh, my trap went off. Must have been set pretty hair trigger, eh? Don't even have a line in the water, a trap went off. Fisherman's knot on the rock, just wrap it many times. The important part is getting enough line and hopefully not tangling it. Sometimes it gets stuck on stuff, eh? I'll see how far I can throw this. It's not bad. Got tangled right here, but it's not bad. Almost as big a nuisance as that fishing rod of mine. You don't want tension, or I mean you don't want slack in here. I guess I don't want it as hair triggers what I have. Oh, so I know that's a hair trigger at least. Okay, well I'm going to set the trigger more solid while I tie it, and then I'll set it to hair trigger. I just touched it and it went off. I mean, it's good to have a hair trigger too, within reason. Okay, now see? I've got the tension out. That's about where I want it. Whether we get anything or not, hard to say, right? I'll just wrap this around about 4 times. Okay, now I can set this a little lighter. As soon as the fish pulls on that, it should go off. And hopefully we get one. That'll do her. Cross my fingers. Okay, so the trigger's gone off. You can see the line's still going into the water. It could have just been the wind, as long as it's not all snagged on stuff, which it seems to be. I don't know if it's caught on a stick or what. Well, it's coming slowly. Oh, there. I thought I had it. Oh, there. You know what? We'd have a fish on it. I can see the fish. The fish was snagged on something down. The fish was snagged on like some sticks over there where I couldn't see hardly. There. See? Fish on my set line. That makes me happy, okay? Like I know these traps work because I've used them and I've caught lots of fish with these set lines. But that's the beauty of these traps, is they go back and forth and they fight that fish for you. Well, I mean, it's a set line. It sets the hook and it fights the fish and wears it out. But anyways, right on. My set line worked. I'm happy. Now we got another fish. Hey, that made my day. Set line catches its fish. Beauty.